Well, the Battle of the Axe will kick off a day early, why they're making the change, and how you can watch the game from home. And back to school means challenges for some districts with at-home learning. The technical issue some kids and parents were fighting today. And another school district had its first day today, what they're doing to keep their doors open. News 12 at 9 starts right now.
Live from 12 Studios, this is News 12 at 9.
Well, good evening. Welcome to News 12 at 9. I'm Dan Thomas. The Battle of the Axe is headed right here to Channel 12. Well, not exactly right here, 12.2. The 122nd Battle of the Axe will be played on Thursday, September 24th, 7 p.m., Munson Stadium in Denison. It'll be aired live on our sister station, My Network 12.2, and streamed online. We'll then replay the game later that night right here on Fox.
UIL came out that you couldn't do it on the Friday night. Our superintendent, Dr. Henry Scott, is always thinking about our fans and our community, and not just the Denison community, but all the outlying community of Texoma that would go to this game. What can we do to reach them?
We got to take care of our fans. And so Coach Rogers, as the head football coach, athletic director, and Coach Martinez, my head football coach, they said, you bet, let's play. Let's play on Thursday. If we can broadcast that game, these two communities deserve an opportunity to see the game, and so that's why we did it.
Well, with limited seating this year due to the COVID protocols, watching the game on TV or the stream will allow fans to be able to see the game regardless of where they are, to cheer on the Bearcats or the Yellow Jackets. All right, let's get a check of weather here. Kind of starting to feel like football weather. Not quite that cool just yet, but we are getting a major break from that heat that we've had. Chief Meteorologist Steve Lenore joins us in the Weather Center. Steve, are we done with the heat?
Oh, no, Dan. It's still August. It's going to be creeping back in there. But tonight we have a north wind flow, and that's helped to keep that heat at bay across the region. We'll have some scattered clouds overnight. Another beautiful sunny day tomorrow. In fact, if we compare the temperatures right now to what they were 24 hours ago, it's a couple of degrees cooler in some spots, a couple of degrees warmer in others. So really, it's a wash. It's about the same. And we're looking at, well, Denton there. I don't know what's going on with them. They're 12 degrees warmer. Maybe someone's cooking some marshmallows at the airport. But here's the way it looks right now in Texoma. 68 degrees in Ada to 79 Sherman and Denison, 70 in Antlers. So the spread there generally across the 70s in the morning. Most of it should be somewhere in the mid to upper 60s, kind of like this morning. Sunny and a little hotter tomorrow, and about 93 degrees for the high temperature. There's a whole bunch happening in the tropics. Some of that could bring us some rain, Dan. Talk about that when I come back.
All right, thanks, Steve. Well, a man has been indicted for a Sherman murder that took place in June. Police say this man, 39-year-old Bo Watson, shot and killed 37-year-old Jeremy Obar at Watson's house on South Austin near West Olive Street. Police say initially Watson called 911 claiming he shot an intruder in his home. Sherman police say upon a further investigation, it was determined to be a premeditated murder. They say Watson acted intentionally in fatally shooting Obar. All right, a man has been indicted on 3 counts of arson for several hay bale fires, also in Grayson County. This took place last summer. Grayson County Sheriff's Office says Jonathan Crosby was arrested on a warrant in Bryan County. 21-year-old's accused of setting multiple hay fires around Whitesboro. Take a look at the video we got from August. Report of a string of suspicious hay fires, including this one that destroyed a barn. Now, this is one of those fires that Crosby's accused of starting. The owner there said the damage cost him hundreds of hay bales and left him out $100,000. And taking a look at our coronavirus numbers here locally, another death to report in Grayson County, this time a Sherman woman in her 70s. 20 people in Grayson County have now died from the virus. Grayson County also had 9 new cases today. Fannin County added 16. Cook up by 3. In our Oklahoma counties, McCurtain added 14. Bryan up by 10. Murray up by 3. Now the numbers that you see there on your screen, those are active cases right now for each of our Texoma counties. As of now, just under 800 people currently are infected with the virus. Close to 5,200 people have recovered. Well, the Atoka County Courthouse is closing because they got a positive COVID case. Courthouse will reopen to the public August 31st, but Early voting still going to happen. Voters, you need to enter the east door of the courthouse. Early voting will be Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday from 9 to 2. Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced the state has secured more than 1 million personal devices and Wi-Fi hotspots. Costs $200 million to get, but they use the funding through that federal CARES Act. Abbott said that it's critical that the state of Texas close the digital divide and ensure access to virtual education for students who are learning at home. Well, with school back in session, some districts have already come across challenges with that at-home learning, leading some students and parents frustrated. News 12's Emily Tabar spoke with Denison ISD about the challenges they're facing and how parents are handling them.
This is something new for them, and they're doing a wonderful job of meeting the challenge head on.
It's Denison ISD's third day of online learning. Director of Instruction Shonda Cannon says teachers are adapting well, but isn't worried about their students, who she calls technology natives.
They've never known a world without technology, and they're not afraid of it.
Cannon says when relying on technology for at-home learning, obstacles are inevitable.
There have been some challenges. Just today we had a regional-wide internet outage, and we've had some spotty issues with our learning management system of Schoology, but those have been restored.
And is thankful for parent partnership and patience.
Today they had internet issues, and they suggested that she goes back to in-person class.
Kirsten Gustin's daughter is in kindergarten at Hyde Park Elementary.
We opted to do the online learning because she's immunocompromised. They don't enforce in Denison, at least at Hyde, for kindergartners to wear masks. And it's just something I'm not comfortable with.
She's worried the district isn't giving enough attention to at-home students, especially for young students.
And they read a book, and then they tell them to do their work on their own because they have to pay attention to the kids in class. So I think they're spreading them too thin, and I think it's a little harder for my daughter.
6-year-old Aria says she's learned a lot this week.
I did coloring, and I did cutting and gluing. And coloring a frog.
But misses her friends at school.
By the way, it was fun, and I loved it, and I miss school because school's fun.
In Denison, Emily Tabar, News 12.
Well, Love County just received their school personal protective equipment supplies from the state. This morning, Love County Emergency Management folks went up to Ada to pick it up. PPA was divided between the 4 school districts in Love County and will be distributed in the next few days. Ardmore City Schools had their first day this morning with masks required in buses, hallways, in all common areas. The masks won't be required, though, inside classrooms, but individual teachers can choose to make them mandatory. Superintendent Kim Holland says the district was careful to consult with local health officials when creating their back-to-school plan. The schools will have daily self-help health assessments. Temperatures will be taken, and school visitors will be limited. Holland says the district is excited to end what was, for many students, a long and isolated summer.
We want to get in school and stay in school. We feel like it's unhealthy to have kids locked up and at home during this time. So we're doing everything we can to keep the virus out of the school.
The district will be ready with online learning set up just in case, along with 500 Wi-Fi spots provided by the state. Well, President Donald Trump's former advisor in deep hot water tonight. What he's accused of doing with donations that were meant to build the border wall. And checking out today's morning lows, some spots like Ada and Marietta getting into the upper 50s, and on the high end, the mid 60s around Sherman and Paris. So how long will the pattern last, and what are the chances happening in the tropics might affect Texoma? Steve's got the numbers straight ahead.